Welcome to Legends Roofing. I'm David. This is Taylor. We're the owners of the business, and we're going to start doing a little short 5-minute video podcast where we'll talk about different things that are going on that we're seeing in the roofing market, because there's a lot of people that are having big decisions coming up regarding the roofs, right? In general, we've got a lot of roofs that are about 20 years old in our area. That's about as long as you can expect a roof to really last. So so a lot of people, more people than normal, are coming up with the decision: do we change our roof or not? And it's not an inexpensive decision either. So thought we'd start some of this series and talk through different things that we're seeing. And if you have any questions, you feel free to reach out to us. Anything you want to add, Taylor?
No, I mean, the main thing that I kind of want to touch base on this one is a lot of times I'll go to a client's house, or we'll get a phone call and someone will say, hey, look, I want to get my roof replaced just because I have insurance. So I have insurance, so I think they should replace my roof. And we're constantly hearing that, and I think it's a mentality that a lot of people have that I feel like it needs to be changed. I think sometimes it's driven by other roofers. I think it's driven by some insurance companies, some insurance agents, I guess, saying, hey, look, you need to change your roof. Maybe you should get a roofer to come take a look at it.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of where we should change the mindset, instead of that into maybe, hey, look, I've had a roof for 20 years. Maybe I should have been planning to change my roof earlier.
Yeah.
So maybe as you buy a home, nowadays, when you buy a home, if it's over 15 years old, it becomes a little bit of an issue during the sale of the house. So we're seeing a lot of people change their roofs prior to listing it, or changing the roofs during the sale of the home. So I think if we can just change that mindset of, let's get more inspections done, get some honest inspections from a roofer that you trust, or just, and maybe a home inspector, to prepare more for what's coming. A roof lasts 20 to 25 years in Louisiana, and I'll go to somebody's house, an 18, 19, 20-year-old roof, and they're like, hey, I think I have hail damage.
Yeah.
Or what can we do to get this roof replaced by the insurance?
Well, yeah, I mean, what's interesting, what you're saying is, I think people in the area do that because they've been conditioned to do it, right? Because if you look back at the history of this region, Katrina came through about 20 years ago. That's a big reason why we have a lot of 20-year-old roofs, and insurance companies paid a lot of that out. What we saw when Ida came through back a few years ago, that wasn't necessarily the same case where they were just writing checks out to folks. But that, I do think people have started to look at it as like, well, if I can get somebody else to pay for my roof, that's better than me paying for it, which is understandable. I get that. A roof is not a fun, I kind of equate it to the dentist. It's not necessarily a fun thing to go do, but it's also one of those things that you need to go do routinely and take care of it. Otherwise you get a bigger problem later on than you would have if you just kind of maintained it and watched it a little bit. So I think you're onto something. What do you think the things are that people could do to kind of extend the life of their roof, or make sure that's in good shape? Like,
I go on roofs all the time, and I tell people, you have more time. I mean, even a 20-year-old roof might have more time.
Yeah.
And it just needs a couple of these exposed nails, fasteners, caulked, or maybe a small leak caulked, and we can give you more time. And it's constant. I would much rather get off somebody's roof and say, hey, you know what? Call me in a year. Call me in 2 years.
Yeah.
That's fine with me. They're gonna call us.
Yeah.
Typically. A lot of times we go onto those roofs and we don't even charge. We're there for doing an inspection. It's really an idea of, hey, we're going to retain you as a client in the future. So I'll caulk something up, get off the roof, shake their hand, give them a business card, and tell them to call us. And then at that point, maybe we do like a once-a-year inspection. But at that point too, start planning to replace your roof.
Yeah.
Average roof in St. Tammany is $13,000 to $15,000. That's a lot of money, but it's something more people should expect. I know you've brought it up a lot about a vehicle. A lot of people are like, okay, we have home insurance, And
Yeah.
you kind of relate it to a vehicle, and you'll bring up
Oh,
tires.
yeah, yeah.
So is insurance going to replace your tires after you drive it for so long? They're not gonna.
No, they don't. And I think that's true. Is insurance is really what's the point of insurance? If there's a catastrophic thing that happens to you, that it doesn't put you in a huge financial bind.
Hurricane Katrina, Hurricane Ida, bad
Yeah,
tornado.
that's a little bit different. I think the mentality almost would be like, I'm sitting here hoping that my car gets totaled so that I can get a new car.
Yeah.
Which
I think my
people,
wife feels that way. A lot of times, if you go walk around the car, it's like she's trying her best
she might be.
to get it replaced.
She might be.
Trying to put me in an early grave.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But no,
Do we need to erase this one?
no, this is a good one. She should actually
She'll like
watch
this.
it. She
Okay.
should actually pay
Okay.
attention. She's not getting a new vehicle.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad it's public. So
The 2-year-old vehicle is 10 years old. She's the opposite of most roofs. No,
Yeah.
I mean that's what I like when you bring that up, because a lot of people, it's the same thing.
yeah.
Your roof is getting daily wear and tear.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean it needs to be covered by insurance. It means it's getting daily wear and tear, and it's
Yeah,
going to
it's
need
being-
upkeep. It's going to need. I mean, look, a lot of times people, it'll be 18 years and it's the first time they've had a roofer on their roof.
Yeah.
And really, you could have problems from the initial install.
Yeah.
I go on roofs all the time, and I find these nails. You know, as a roofer is nailing, they're reaching down,
Yeah.
and they accidentally put that last nail a little bit lower than their other line.
Sure.
And that's a lot of times where I find, and we found them on our own roofs.
Yeah.
That we've done. I mean, that's why we do inspections
Yeah.
of our roofs. But if we could get the thought process of getting a roofer on your roof, but
Before you have a problem,
yeah,
maybe.
an honest
yeah.
roofer that's not going to go up there and say, hey, you know what, you need to change the roof.
Yeah.
Well, look, you don't always have to. It could be an $8 tube of caulk
Mhm.
to fix it,
Mm-hmm.
or minor repairs. We see a lot of problems with stucco chimneys. We have one
Yeah.
client recently that bought a home. Stucco chimney is still leaking, has a new roof. Well, now he's got a stucco chimney replacement that he
Mhm.
has to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the little things that I feel like if more people would just get in front of, then they can be a little bit more aware of what's coming up on.
Yeah. So I guess probably like the takeaway advice would be, you don't have to wait until you're 20 or your insurance company calls you and says, check my roof, or obviously we had a storm, it's worth getting looked at, but reach out to somebody more proactively. You got a 10-year-old roof?
Let's get
Nothing wrong with having an inspection done and be like, hey, everything looks really good. You're aging like you should, that like Taylor, come do it. Well, he'll tell you,
And the items that we caulk on a roof are going to last 8 to 10 years.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not going to last. It can, but they really are going to need a little bit of upkeep.
Mm-hmm.
So, main thing is, reach out to somebody. You may have a roofer. We would love to come take a look at your roof, and just give you an honest opinion of the timeline that you have to where you're going to have to make that investment on your
Yeah,
home.
yeah, and so you can start thinking about planning for it, because it's not, I wish they were cheap, they're not. But it is something that you got to think about, like, how am I going to pay for this when it comes up? Because there may or may not be an insurance claim, like we just talked about. There may or may not be. There's a bunch of stuff going on that helps people with roofs. This is another podcast, but yeah, the majority of people end up having to pay for it out of pocket, and it's one of those things, if you don't maybe have a little bit of foresight on knowing you got that expense coming, it's just like planning on buying a new car or something else like that. It's something to think about. So
Yeah, so we're going to keep these things going. I think next week, and Dave and I will talk about it. I really think we should talk a little bit about types of shingles that we put on these roofs.
no, okay.
Why we choose the shingles that we choose. Every roofer has their recommended shingle, and they have it for their reasons. And we have a couple of opinions on the ones we don't use, and we have strong opinions on the ones that we do use. We'll see y'all next time.
All right, thanks for being with us. See ya.